Hey, how's it going? And today I am going to show you how to make a planet relatively easy. This is a procedural planet, so it could be used as a backdrop or taken into another program and then composite something in front of it. So we're just going to go into geometry, we're going to go into ground plane, we'll go OK, we're going to go to rotation. I think we want -90 here. Yep, and then we're just going to, I feel like saying, you know the drill. And we're just going to zoom in here. And we're doing this because we're using the procedural crust. And one of the takeaways from this trick is that don't let language restrict you how you think of something. Because if you look at crust, if you go to the manual, you'll see it's mostly as it seems to be used mostly as a detail, maybe adding craters on a planet or something like that, or on a cheese, a slice of cheese or something. But don't let that term crust, don't let the idea of crust hold you back. It could be all kinds of things. In this case, we're going to try to make it a planet. So we'll go ahead and match our perspective here. We're going to go to camera view. Now, how did that happen? Let me go back to perspective. Did I not match it? Match. Now when I switch the camera, I should see. Yeah, okay. So I can see some edges there. So if I'm on the camera, I can go to properties, and I'm going to switch to 1920 by 1080, and then I'm just going to zoom in a little bit there. You there, see? So it fills the frame. Okay, now we can go into the surface editor. Let's go ahead and switch to VPR. I have some more tutorials on some other things. A lot of these things are kind of related. Some of this gets confusing, and I'll explain later in a future tutorial. But if we go into the surface editor and we go to edit node, we can go to crust. And I believe we can just put color into color, and I believe we can put bump into bump. And you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like there. I was going to show you some interesting things that I was discovering. So here we've got, it looks like 1 million of them, and this can almost look like a bacteria on a petri dish, or who knows what. I mean, there's no limit. But what's interesting is if you go into the light, I got more on this coming, but if you go into the environment light, see how it's showing the lighting from the backdrop. So the light from the backdrop is in the scene. So this is all very interesting to me. So look, if I turn the backdrop off there, see, it's interesting how that works, the connection between the backdrop and the environment light. So if we don't use global, if we click this off, then it's not using the light from the backdrop. So if we leave it on, it's pulling in some light from the backdrop, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So interesting, huh? So that's kind of lighting our scene, this kind of two-toned colors here. So it's interesting. It gets confusing. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go in the surface editor. Let's see here. Let me double-click this and close that. Okay, so what happened to it? Why does it do that? It does that sometimes where if I minimize that, there it is. Okay, so we want this on the screen. Okay, so let's see. We should have one here that says crust. I thought there was one that said coverage here. Why don't I see that? Huh, ground plane crust. Huh, I could have sworn there was one that says coverage, but maybe that's width. I don't know. Oh, look at that. So let's go to scale. We're getting some crazy stuff here now. Just very interesting, right? And I don't know, I wish you could see my monitor, but this looks really photorealistic. Like it looks, that's pretty dang amazing right there. I feel like ending the tutorial there, but what I'm trying to do is just get in on one of these little balls. So let's try scale and see where that takes us. So we'll go 4, 4, 4. So we got to go big. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go big here. So let's go. I think I need to back off on this width here, because it seems to be merging them together. Can I go negative width? Oh, let's see. I just want one of these. So let's see if I can, how it goes if I put a 10 up here. 10. So I'm hitting 10. There's just one. So, I mean, what I can do is, because it's all about the scale of things, right? So I can just zoom in with the camera. Let me go onto the camera here. I feel like I'm cheating a little bit here doing it this way. But I'm just trying to isolate. Can I rotate? I'm just rotating now because I don't want it. I want it off to the side here. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this, I hope. How we're taking a sphere, a single sphere from the crust procedural, and we're making it look like a planet. So, and by hook or by crook, we're going to get there. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I am just, so between scaling this thing and zooming in on it, I can get close enough. Let's see, is pitch going to do it for me? Yeah, I want it to fill the screen. So I want it to look pretty, relatively close. So there, and if I go to heading, there we kind of go. Now it's all is what you're imagining it to be, right? Is it a planet? Could be. Is it a sphere? It could be. But to me, it looks like some kind of alien planet. That's what it looks like on my monitor. Now, of course, you could come into the surface editor here and start adding some things into here. So we can always go into our trusty turbulence here. And let's see what this will do. Let's plug color in. See what that does. Ooh. Hold on a second. Wait, let's see. See, we're going to have to scale this too, I realized. Because we scaled that, we need to scale this because this seems like it's taking over the whole screen. So what happens if we go, what do we do, 40? 40. How are we doing there? Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of taking over the whole screen there, but if we come in here, let's see what happens if we add some contrast now. Oh, we're starting to get some pretty crazy looking stuff. I mean, this does look otherworldly, and then once you start messing with the colors, then it's really gonna get wild, I'm sure. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna call it there. But hopefully you get the idea, right? You can use the procedural crust, and through scaling and zooming in with the camera, you can really start creating these otherworldly environments that look pretty damn good. And I don't know any program that can make something look this good this relatively fast. So that's my planet. I'm sticking to it. I hope you found this of some help.